What's up, guys? Welcome to Home Bar Pro. Coming at you today with one of the most simple, basic, yet delicious, and easy to screw up cocktails ever. This is an old-fashioned. So to make an old-fashioned, you're going to need only a few ingredients. It's a 3-ingredient cocktail, well 4 technically. Spirit, sugar, bitters, and water. Water in the form of ice that you stir the cocktail with. So you're going to need a glass. I like these really pretty old-fashioned glasses. And you're going to, if you have it, a large cube will help the drink stay cold and dilute slowly over time. But if you don't have it, just some regular ice cubes are fine too. It'll just dilute a little bit quicker, so you'll just have to drink it faster. Alright, so you're going to need something to stir the cocktail in other than the glass you're going to be serving it in. At home, you could use a pint glass, a mason jar. If you've got like a cocktail shaker, I like it because the metal absorbs the excess heat quicker than glass. So it's a little quicker to make the drink. So I've mentioned this in the past, but I always like to start with the cheapest ingredients first. That way if you screw up, it's easy to toss it out and start over. So I'm going to start with bitters. I'm going to be using Angostura bitters. This is probably the one you might even have in your cabinet, but you've for sure seen it. It's got that oversized label, the yellow cap. It's got really nice spice notes. So I'm going to add a few, maybe like 5 dashes. That was 7. This is a brand new bottle, and when they're full, the bitters come out a lot slower versus when they're half empty. The bitters are going to come out in really big dashes. So adjust accordingly. Let's call it 5 to 7 dashes. Then I've got this nice 2-to-1 turbinado syrup here. So this is 2 parts turbinado sugar to 1 part water by weight. I'm just going to add a 1/4 ounce of this. The sugar in Old Fashioned could also be a sugar cube that you sort of muddle down with a little water, soda water, and the bitters to create like a paste. I like the cleanness that comes from using a syrup, and then it's also a lot easier to find different kinds of sugars in syrup and turn them into a syrup, or even other syrups like a maple syrup or a honey syrup, to add different flavors and sweetness to your old-fashioned. Rather than an ice cube, you're kind of limited to plain granulated white sugar, or sometimes you can even find the sugar in the raw cubes, but not much beyond that. Alright, lastly, you're going to need your spirit. Now, I like to make an old-fashioned with bourbon. Classically, in America, it may have been rye whiskey, but I think the bourbon and a little bit of extra sweetness from the bourbon works well in old-fashioned. And I think a bourbon like this is the Wild Turkey 101. It has a higher rye content, and I think that extra spice kind of gives you the best of both worlds, of a bourbon and a rye in this old-fashioned. So to your mixing vessel, you're going to add enough ice and then give it a stir. Now you're looking to get this down below freezing, which is possible due to the alcohol content. With a metal tin like this, as I mentioned, you will start seeing the frost form on the outside. It's a good indication when this is too cold to really hold comfortably. With larger ice, it takes about 30 seconds. You can see there's a nice frost on the outside of the tin now. So, to me, that's just about done. As I mentioned, by mixing it with the ice, you're adding water from the dilution, and then you're also adding the chill. And there's this magic point where the cocktail is as cold as it's going to be, which is also right like where it's going to be as diluted as it's going to be until it warms back up again. So that's kind of the sweet spot you're looking for. Just enough dilution to take the edge off. I like using spirits that are, especially with whiskey, like 50%, so they don't get lost in a cocktail. And that's pretty hot, so adding enough dilution that brings that down to about 20 to 25% is ideal. And then you also want it ice cold so that when you add it to your glass, that you're not gonna start melting that ice right away. So for garnish on the Old Fashioned, some people like doing a cherry, orange slice. I think it's nice to give it a lemon twist and an orange twist, and a Y peeler, I think, makes quick work of that. The best way to peel a fruit and get a nice wide swath of peel and also not cut yourself is to hold the peeler kind of steady, like this, like, you know, gun grip like this, and then rotate the fruit, not your hand. So I'm just sort of spinning the fruit. I'm going from pole to pole. You get a nice pith. You get a little bit of pith on the back, enough to give it structure, so you can do this next part, which is where you squeeze it with the peel side facing the drink, and all those lovely oils express over the top. Place that inside a cocktail like that. Same thing with the orange here. Express those oils over the top of the drink, and put that down inside the drink as well. Just give it this nice little presentation like that. And that is the Old Fashioned. Now, I'm gonna give this a little taste. By having the peels there and expressing the oils over the top of the drink, you're getting the aroma of the lemon and orange right off the bat, with the whiskey sort of in the background and those spice notes from the bitters. It's really nice smelling. Really nice kind of caramel sweetness from the turbinado syrup. Just enough sweetness to sort of take the rough edges off of a spirit. You don't want an Old Fashioned to be like syrupy, but you also don't want it to just be like drinking whiskey on the rocks, because then it wouldn't be an Old Fashioned, it would be whiskey on the rocks. So, and the spice notes from the bitters sort of tie everything back together. It's a good Old Fashioned is just something you have to have. You can't really explain it other than it's like taking your favorite whiskey, adding some spice to it, sweetening it a little bit, and making it nice ice cold with a little citrus added. It's just quite possibly, I mean, there's a reason that it's one of the oldest cocktails ever created and recorded in books, and it's still one of the most commonly ordered whiskey cocktails in bars today. Until next time, cheers.